Minimalist gardens are known for their clean lines, simple composition, and calming atmosphere. In recent years, this style has become increasingly popular among homeowners who want a beautiful outdoor space without excessive decoration or complicated maintenance. One of the most appealing trends within minimalist gardening is growing fruit plants in containers. This approach combines practicality with aesthetics, allowing fresh fruit production even in limited spaces such as terraces, balconies, or small backyards. Container fruit gardening is not only space efficient, but also visually harmonious with minimalist design principles, making it an ideal choice for modern homes. Why choose container fruit gardening for minimalist spaces? Growing fruits in containers offers flexibility that traditional planting in soil cannot easily match. Containers can be moved, rearranged, or replaced according to seasonal needs or design preferences. This mobility allows homeowners to maintain a neat and organized look, which is central to minimalist gardens. In addition, containers help control soil quality, drainage, and exposure to sunlight more precisely, reducing the risk of pests and diseases. For minimalist gardens, the visual balance between greenery and open space is crucial. Potted fruit plants can act as functional decorative elements. A row of neatly arranged pots with uniform shapes and neutral colors instantly enhances the elegance of a garden while providing practical benefits. Moreover, fruit plants in containers can be pruned and trained to grow compactly, preventing overcrowding and keeping the space visually light. Key principles for minimalist container gardening. Before selecting fruit plants, it is important to understand the basic principles of minimalist container gardening. First, simplicity is the foundation. Choose a limited variety of plants instead of overcrowding the area with many types. A few well-maintained fruit plants will look more appealing than a crowded mix. Second, consistency in design is essential. Use pots with similar materials, shapes, or colors. Concrete, ceramic, or matte-finished pots in white, gray, or black are often favored in minimalist gardens. These tones allow the green leaves and colorful fruits to stand out naturally without visual noise. Third, functionality should always accompany beauty. Ensure that each container has proper drainage and is sized appropriately for the plant's root system. Overly small containers can restrict growth and reduce fruit production, while excessively large ones may disrupt the proportion of the space. Best fruit plants for container gardening. Not all fruit plants are suitable for containers, but many varieties thrive in pots when given proper care. Choosing the right plants is the most important step toward success in a minimalist garden. Citrus fruits. Citrus trees such as lemons, limes, oranges, and calamondins are among the most popular fruit plants for containers. They have a compact growth habit, glossy leaves, fragrant flowers, and bright fruits that add a refreshing visual touch. Dwarf citrus varieties are especially suitable as they remain manageable in size while producing abundant fruit. Citrus trees require plenty of sunlight, ideally 6 to 8 hours per day. They prefer well-draining soil and moderate watering. In minimalist gardens, a single citrus tree in a large, elegant pot can become a striking focal point. Figs. Fig trees are another excellent choice for container gardening. They adapt well to pots and can even benefit from slight root restriction, which helps control their size. Figs have large, sculptural leaves that contribute strongly to the aesthetic appeal of minimalist gardens. Figs prefer sunny locations and moderate watering. Their unique leaf shape adds texture without overwhelming the space, making them perfect for gardens that aim to combine simplicity with character. Strawberries. For those who prefer smaller plants, strawberries are ideal for container gardening. They can be grown in hanging pots, vertical containers, or shallow bowls, adding a playful yet neat element to minimalist designs. Despite their small size, strawberries provide a satisfying harvest and are relatively easy to maintain. Strawberries thrive in sunny locations and require consistent watering. Their white flowers and red fruits create subtle color accents that enhance the garden without breaking its minimalist harmony. Blueberries. Blueberries are highly suitable for containers because they prefer acidic soil, which is easier to control in pots than in open ground. They grow as compact shrubs and produce attractive foliage that changes color with the seasons. In minimalist gardens, blueberry plants are appreciated not only for their fruit but also for their decorative value. Their neat growth habit and delicate appearance blend well with clean garden layouts. Dwarf apples and pears. Dwarf varieties of apple and pear trees are increasingly popular in container gardening. These trees are bred to remain small while still producing full-sized fruits. With proper pruning and care, they can be maintained as elegant, sculptural plants. Dwarf fruit trees fit beautifully into minimalist gardens, especially when trained into simple forms such as columns or espalier patterns against walls. This not only saves space but also adds architectural interest. Choosing the right containers. The container itself plays a significant role in both plant health and garden aesthetics. For minimalist gardens, containers should complement the overall design rather than dominate it. Material is a key consideration. Ceramic and concrete pots offer a solid, modern look and are highly durable. Plastic containers are lightweight and affordable but may lack the refined appearance preferred in minimalist settings unless carefully chosen. Metal containers can be stylish, but must be well insulated to prevent overheating the roots. Size is equally important. Fruit plants generally need deeper and wider pots than ornamental plants. A container that is too small will restrict root growth and limit fruit production. However, oversized containers may look disproportionate and disrupt the clean lines of a minimalist layout. Drainage holes are essential to prevent waterlogging, which can quickly damage fruit plants. For minimalist gardens, it is advisable to use matching saucers or concealed drainage systems to keep the area tidy. Soil and planting techniques. Good soil is the foundation of successful container fruit gardening. Unlike garden soil, potting mixes are specially formulated to provide proper drainage, aeration, and nutrients. For fruit plants, a high-quality potting mix enriched with organic matter is ideal. When planting, gently loosen the roots and place the plant at the same depth as it was in its nursery container. Avoid burying the stem too deeply, as this can lead to rot. After planting, water thoroughly to help the soil settle around the roots. For minimalist gardens, it is also advisable to top the soil with a thin layer of decorative gravel or mulch. This not only helps retain moisture but also adds a neat, finished appearance to the pots. Watering and fertilizing. Proper watering is crucial for fruit plants grown in containers, as they dry out more quickly than those planted in the ground. The frequency of watering depends on the climate, season, and type of plant, but generally, the soil should be kept moist without becoming waterlogged. In minimalist gardens, it is often preferable to use discrete watering systems such as drip irrigation or watering cans with slim spouts to avoid splashing and mess. Regular observation is key, as overwatering can be just as harmful as underwatering. Fertilizing is equally important because nutrients in containers are quickly depleted. Use a balanced fertilizer specifically formulated for fruit plants and apply it according to the recommended schedule. Slow-release fertilizers are particularly convenient for minimalist gardeners as they reduce the need for frequent applications. Pruning and training for a clean look. Pruning is not only necessary for plant health and fruit production, but also for maintaining the tidy appearance required in minimalist gardens. Regular pruning helps control the size and shape of fruit plants, prevents overcrowding, and encourages better air circulation. Training plants into simple forms can greatly enhance their visual appeal. For example, citrus trees can be shaped into neat, rounded forms, while apple and pear trees can be trained along trellises or walls in flat patterns. This approach saves space and reinforces the clean, architectural style of minimalist design. Pest and disease management. Container fruit plants are generally less susceptible to pests and diseases than those grown in the ground, but problems can still occur. Regular inspection is the best prevention. Look for signs such as yellowing leaves, spots, or unusual growth. In minimalist gardens, it is preferable to use environmentally friendly and unobtrusive methods of pest control. Natural solutions such as neem oil, insecticidal soap, or manual removal are often sufficient and do not disrupt the calm atmosphere of the garden. Maintaining good air circulation, proper spacing between pots, and avoiding excessive moisture are simple but effective ways to prevent many common issues. Integrating containers into minimalist garden design. The arrangement of containers is as important as the choice of plants. In minimalist gardens, symmetry and balance often play a central role. Placing identical pots on either side of an entrance or along a pathway creates a sense of order and elegance. Another effective approach is to group containers of different sizes but similar styles, creating a layered effect while maintaining visual harmony. Avoid clutter by leaving sufficient empty space between pots, allowing each plant to stand out individually. The background also matters. Neutral walls, wooden fences, or simple stone surfaces can enhance the appearance of potted fruit plants without competing for attention. In this way, the garden remains calm, functional, and visually pleasing. Seasonal care and adaptation. One of the advantages of container gardening is the ability to adapt to changing seasons. In colder climates, fruit plants in pots can be moved to sheltered areas or indoors during winter, protecting them from frost. In hot climates, containers can be relocated to spots with partial shade during extreme heat. This flexibility is particularly valuable in minimalist gardens, where every element is carefully chosen and maintained. Seasonal adjustments ensure that the garden remains attractive and productive throughout the year. Benefits beyond aesthetics. Growing fruits in containers is not only about beauty and design. It also offers practical and emotional benefits. Harvesting fresh fruit from your own garden provides a sense of satisfaction and connection to nature, even in urban environments. Moreover, container gardening encourages a more mindful approach to plant care. With fewer plants to manage, gardeners can focus on quality rather than quantity, aligning perfectly with the minimalist philosophy of intentional living. Conclusion. Growing fruits in containers is a perfect solution for minimalist gardens, combining elegance, functionality, and sustainability. By carefully selecting suitable fruit plants, choosing the right containers, and maintaining a clean, simple design, it is possible to create a garden that is both visually appealing and highly productive. Whether you have a small balcony or a modest backyard, container fruit gardening allows you to enjoy fresh harvests without compromising on style. In a world where simplicity and efficiency are increasingly valued, minimalist container gardening stands out as a timeless and rewarding approach to modern living.